Hey guys, welcome back. Here's what we have. I'm painting up my Death Guard. Obviously, is in the old 30K in the 30K color. So I painted up this Plagueburst crawler. You can see that some of the details aren't done, like these piping here, the tanks. But this is. I just wanted to show you. This is okay. Tabletop standard. I'm sorry. It's tournament standard, 3-color minimum. This would be more than fine, right? If you do this, if you do something like this and it looks fine, put it on the tabletop, people aren't going to be mad at you, right? It's not how we do things on this channel. So what we want to do is I'm going to detail this up. I'm going to make this Plagueburst crawler Death Guardy, and I wanted to show you just simple ways to do it. You know how I'm on. As you watch my videos, you see I'm about simple, but the little bit extras, simple extras are good, right? They make your model stand out. So that's what I'm going to do on this. So first things first, what I want to do is I want to do the grime, the grit and grime on it, which we're going to do inside of here. I'm going to actually do the tank, and I'm going to do these a different color. You have tanks inside here, and you have piping inside there too. Not quite sure if I'm going to do anything with that piping or this tank, but or this tank here. But yeah, so I'm going to start actually by putting some red on here, and I'm going to use corn red. Get the color. I'm going to use corn red, and I'm going to paint this tank, these tanks, before I start grit and griming it. So let me get that together. Alright guys, so you'll see I painted up with the corn red. I decided to actually do the tanks inside the tanks inside in the wheelbarrows or in the treads. So I'm gonna do like I've been doing on all my Death Guard stuff. I'm gonna actually do this piping with the contrast paints. I'm going to start it with Cadian Flesh, then hit it with yellow, hit it with a little bit of orange as well, and then I'm going to go over it again with the Plaguebearer Flesh, and then just to make it look like it's still wet, I'll use this technical paint to go over it. I know it's a lot of paint for just 3 or 4 things when I do that piping in there, but again, it's very simple. It's contrast paints. It's going to go on pretty quickly, and I don't have to wait for anything to dry, because as you see in my other videos, when I use this, I just put it on wet because I like the way it blends the color. So I'm going to start. I'll start with Cadian Flesh Tone. I'll do this all up. I'll come back, and then I'll do the contrast paints real quick on the film. All right, so let me get to this. So I have all the tubes now painted into the Cadian Flesh Tone. Instead of doing the orange, I'm gonna water my brush down, and I'm gonna do Gilliman's Flesh on that. So I don't want this to go on real heavy because I don't want it to be real dark. So I'm going to put a lot of water on my brush and just get some. So what I'm going to do is kind of, you see how I got some a little bit in the cap. I'm going to get some water, and I'm going to actually put more water in this cap so I can water this down and mix it up a little bit, because I want it to go on. I don't want it to be really, really dark. And I'm not worried about it going over top of the metal, because obviously this could just be added to the grime, the grit and grime of the metal. So while that's still wet, rinse my brush off real quick. And what I want to do is put a little bit of that yellow, just to get a little bit different color. Take the yellow. See how it's getting more like a pussy look now. I know, it's a disgusting word, pussy. Oh, it's a disgusting thing that happens with wounds, infection wounds. Okay. Now to give it more of an infected look, because we gotta have Nurgle infection, right? We're gonna use Plaguebear flesh. Take the Plaguebear flesh. Just get some green on there. Give it a little bit of a rot. There you go, can you see that? Now I can't put that water, the technical paint. I can't put that on yet. Now I obviously have to wait for that to dry. So on the guns, what we're gonna do is give it that, and the barrel up here, we're gonna give it that burnt metal look, and we're gonna use some Balthazar gold. We're going to use a purple color. It doesn't matter what you use. I'm just using this royal purple from Vallejo and Abaddon black. So I'm going to start off, and I'm going to use my $2 elf brush, makeup brush, for my dry brush. So what we're going to do is pick this up. Right. This will get a little bit on my brush. It's a lot. I didn't want that much on. And then this dry brush, starting with taking the most of the paint, is going to be here. So I'm going to take a lot of the paint off my brush there, and then as I go back, it's gonna thin it out. Because I put too much on my brush there, so I want to take most of it off. A little bit of purple. So you're going to do it in this order. You're going to do the Balthazar gold. I'm going to clean off. I didn't wash my brush off, so I want this to blend, so I didn't wash my brush off. Okay. Not too much there. I'm not going as far with it as everything else, right? And we're going to get the tip because we want that to be the darkest. It's going to be the hottest. So you're already starting to see that look. Again, not washing my brush off. Yeah, so if you can see it, you got your burnt, you got your heated metal, same as up here, same as that gun there, and that gun there. Looks like it was hot metal. Alright. Now what we're going to do is use our Adwax Earth Shade. Actually, not. I take that back. We're not going to use Adwax here. We're going to use Sepia. Sepia. Not Adwax Earth Shade. We're going to use this Sepia. Go inside here. Just over this hole. And go over all the green. Alright guys, everything is dry. You can see now I got some of the detail in here. Some of the washes that are just kind of griming this thing up. And inside here on the chains and up here, kind of gives you more of a Death Guard look. Alright, we put wash all over, all the green in both Zargo parts. We have the sepia wash put it all inside of the track, not on the bottom of the track because that's where I'm holding it at the moment. All on top of the track. Everything basically except for the Screaming Skull is covered with the sepia, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dirty up some of the metal with some rust look, right? I'm going to do a couple different things. So I want to take my sepia again because I let everything dry. I'm going to take sepia and I'm going to take this orange that I use when I do rust effects. And I'm also going to do this this rust here, which you've seen me use before in my rust videos or video. And then I'm going to just kind of re-wet some of the area down again where I want some rust to be. You know, like the areas that have some dimples in it, like you see the corrosion marks inside that metal. Anywhere I'm seeing this corrosion mark, I want to re-wet, and I'm also going to re-wet this chain in some areas. Okay, then I'm going to take some of this orange and just dab it on. Just in certain places. I'm not going to go over the whole thing, right? Just dabbing it on in certain areas where we're going to see some of the grime. You see that? I'm actually going to do that on this too, actually. Alright, then I'm going to take that orange, take some of that off, a little too much there. Guys, see how simple this is? I mean, this is honestly really simple to add some rust effects in here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do that through the whole model. Okay, now what I'm going to use is I'm going to use another technical paint, which is this oxidizing paint, which I'm going to hit some of the bronze here. Excuse me, I'm going to hit some of the bronze here and some of this metal back here, just to kind of give it a little bit more of a aged or corroded look. And I'm not going to do a lot of this because I don't want to overdo it. I think sometimes less is more. So I'm just going to put it in just some small areas. Here we go. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some rust streaks here, in this area here, where you're going to see the age of it. Maybe put a couple here and a couple back here. So how I'm going to do that is use some white spirits and use this Rust Streaks from AK. Alright, so take a little bit of this. Dip it in my mineral spirits. Get a little bit of it up. Let's take it down. Like I showed you before, if you don't like it, you can actually take it out. Like if you don't like how thick that is, just remove it all together. Rust streaks here. Make it go down a little bit and disappear. Right, got it here too. Got some here. Really shows off in the back. So yeah, it's got that kind of blurred out. And then we have some up here. Just gonna extend that a little bit more. Just got some there too. Alright guys, you can actually stop right here, right? So you have your Death Guard looking thing. We added some detail in it. Remember what it looked like before. Now we added some detail. We put the shiny technical stuff that makes it shine on all the tubes. Now you're starting to dry. You're starting to see some of the washes dry up, right? You're starting to see some of the rust streaks dry up, right? You got the hot metal going on here. You know, you got some more of the washes drying up, so it's giving you that old Death Guard. At least that's how I do mine. You guys can do it differently, but it's just giving you that old Death Guard look, right? Now what I'm going to do is something new. All right, again, you could stop here. By all means, you could have stopped right where we started this video, But that was pretty simple. I mean, there was nothing. I didn't do anything that was really crazy to make these look like that. But now I never did this before. I'm actually doing this for the first time on this video. I'm going to use this pigment, and I'm going to use this pigment binder. Never did it, so let's hope I just didn't ruin this thing, right? So let's try it. So we take some of this on our brush, right? This pigment. Let's put some around the top here where there's some rust. Kind of right where the rust is. We're gonna put this. Just a little bit of. I'm not going to put it all over the model. I'm just going to put it just in some areas, because I'm not quite sure how it's going to work. So I'm not even sure if I like it, to be honest with you. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how I feel about the pigment on there. If you guys use it, comment on the bottom. I don't know if I just used it wrong. I guess it doesn't look bad. I just don't not used to it. But anyway, this would be it. This is the easy way of doing a Plagueburst crawler. Like I said, we just very simply just gave it a little bit of extra character to it, and boom, easy. Don't be afraid to wash this. Don't be afraid to try something new. Alright guys, thanks for watching. As always, God bless. Peace out.